Here I am, bigSHow theGod. It's been a while, so I just thought I'd do a couple of reviews, and I'll include a couple of things, maybe just some updates to myself, and then what my forward vision is, just to give it some context and see where I go. So I've to be honest, been doing quite a lot of things over the last, well, I think this has been at least 6 months since I've done one. I looked on the dates here. It says here date of this was good 3 or 4 months ago, the last one. Five months ago. And I go, why? And no real reason, to be honest. It's kind of like, why was I doing it, I guess it's probably more important. And maybe I talked enough in the videos that I had done for those stretches, and felt like I'd sort of said what I had to say. And it's what I was going to talk about today too, is probably the go forward plan, and then ways I like to frame it. So yeah, so everything's just going so well for me, right? And that's just my perspective. And even when I read my old videos, being uncomfortable is a mindset, and a mindset of progressive mindset, utilizing uncomfortability and ownership, accountability, responsibility, and all those things. It still brings me back to what to do. You know, you can plan, but what is it that you're actually doing? Then do those things. Do them again, you know. So what I thought I'd kind of talk about now is my plans. And I'm going to push myself to do kind of 20 minutes. 20-minute one of these a day. See how long I go for. And see if I can add value to it. One of the things I wanted to do is add people. Add others. That will possibly evolve. But at the end of the day, I've got to make the content and kind of establish if there's value to this for me. Because that's ultimately it. Where's the value? So, got my notes here. And I started here with next level. And I view that as a platform for where I view myself right now. And what evidence and what process and systems do I have in place to prove that I've gone up a step, that I've gone up a level? So that's the challenge I put in front of myself all the time. Next level. And so I think what I want to detail in this over the next however long is the body of evidence that's required to level up, to go to that next level. What does that look like? What is it? What's the evidence for it? What do you mean by that? You know, it's no good I think I've gone a level up. It's what evidence do you have that supports that leveling up? If I said I wanted to go to another level right now of what I'm doing now, we have to have some type of specifics. We have to have some type of content. We have to have some type of gauge or measuring to validate it, to prove it, to disprove it, right? And you know, I'm in a fish pond. If I'm honest, it's only me and my thoughts. It's me and my way of looking at it. So, you know, context is everything. Those are the words. That's the challenge I put in front of myself. Next level, leveling up. What do I have to do to level up? Well, I'll tell you how I approach these. I purely use, for common sense, I use a scientific method. And so it has to be measurable. Measurable, repeatable. And then we go, I think we go practical. It's a practical. Practical. We can go from theoretical. That means the plan steps, I guess. Theory. Whatever, I'm going to spell it like that. You get my drift. Oh. Hold on. Yo, mate.
Yo, how long are you going to be around home for?
Oh, till about 2.
Okay. I have. I'm just going to hire a trailer now.
Yep. We'll load it up.
And just stack it up.
Yep.
Me and Andre are going to stack it up, but we might need a hand with that
Yeah.
shelf or something.
Yeah, sweet.
We should be home in the next sort of 20 minutes or something.
Yep.
And then yeah, we'll just stack it up, and then I'll just get rid of everything today as much as I can.
That's the way. Perfect.
So, okay. Awesome.
Okay, mate.
Awesome. Just want to check. See you soon.
Yep. See you. So we've got practical from theory. Then we've got and part of that is maybe consistency. It's going to spell check, give me options. And then we got, maybe we start with what, why, and the wins. So you know, you got that there, and you got the sign of visual consistency. What are we leveling up? Why, when? That's kind of the how, isn't it? and then we start putting some practical steps in place, right? And so we've got, how I do it currently. We've got calendars, so career, health, finances, general, psychologically, and relationships. Right, so depending on what I'm leveling up, will depend on on the pillars of measurement. Okay, so I've got a calendar tool, so that would be one of the tools that we would use. Calendar, record events, plan steps. That has a timeline on it, so right. So another tool I use is here. Call this, what do I call this? Trello, but steps that I'm taking each day. So we're recording in there. So we've got that. We've got goal settings. Then we've got, so these are just tasks. But then within here, we're daily recording what it is we're doing. And these will encompass steps. So we call that task management. Right. And then we've got journaling. So I do that here, on here, whatever. So these are the hows. Right, so those are the tools I'm using, and then what else is going on? So one of the key parts for me as part of the house is to create some connection. Create connection with vision. And the vision is part of the vision is part of the level up process. So we're going to have a vision for it, and then we're going to create a connection to the vision. That pulls in the emotional side, right? Another tool I use for that is on here. As a bit of a vision board. So as a sample, I just refreshed this actually just recently. So we were on a big trip, and it gave me a lot of visual images and times and stuff that I went through with the people that are very valuable to me. And part of my vision board is to have a lot of those moments here visibly for me to do to keep me connected to the vision. And right now I've sort of broken them down: health, career, finances, relationships. That's the four kind of, these are kind of 3-year goals. So I got the 2024, so a year in. And so I'm doing a lot based on pushing those forward. So they're kind of all tying together, if you like, and encouraging me to do more, to encourage me to push the next thing, have another conversation with someone, continue to question, continue to be vulnerable, continue to work through the anxious moments I have, my anxieties, my insecurities, just to keep working through those. I use these visions and these vision boards to carry on. When I don't want to go to the gym, when it's too, when I'm feeling sore, when I've got these other reasons, these other distractions, these other options, these other excuses that come to my mind, I keep pushing these. And I add more detail and I refresh them and I touch them and I reinvigorate them. So that's what that's about. And so that's what I mean by create connection with the vision. That's a lot of the process for me to leveling up. That's how I'm going to get to the next level. Now, for some people, that's not specific enough. It's not exact enough. Well, I'm not convinced there is any exactness. I'm more into the keep progressing, keep challenging myself, keep getting up, keep going to the next question, keep challenging myself, because that's most of it, right? It's all I have control of. I only have control of me. And I know for a fact I can do more. And the question is, why aren't I? And then the why aren't I's is part of the self-awareness, right? It's always there. There's always a I could do more. But you didn't. So that's the part that I'm going to keep pushing myself, keep questioning myself, keep motivating myself, keep encouraging myself, keep listening to what's going on actively and applying the knowledge I already have while seeking more knowledge, which either validates or changes my processes or my mind or my emotional balance for only to achieve the next thing. Wasn't bad. So yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like that was enough to kind of get me started again. This has kind of been around 20 minutes. I'm going to practice cutting myself off, doing 20 minutes, and then going from there.